My first guest tonight has starred in such films as Goodfellas, Field of Dreams, and Copland. Well, beginning next Saturday, he can be seen as Frank Sinatra in the HBO film The Rat Pack. Please welcome Ray Liotta. Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you.
Really appreciate having you here. I saw this movie. They gave me a tape of it, and I watched it the other night. And it's a really fun movie. I think a lot of the reason is that was such a fun time. Those guys,
yeah.
Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr.,
right.
Joey Bishop, they had a good time.
Right. Definitely.
You know? Yeah. Were you worried at all, though, when I heard about this movie? I think you pull it off, but you're playing Frank Sinatra, which I would think would be a tall order, you know?
It definitely has its dynamics and dilemmas. I was very nervous taking it on. There was one day, well, actually, I got a horse's head from somebody.
Hello, what did you...
Because
you kind of dropped that up pretty casually.
Because
I was a little nervous. I got a horse's head.
Well, I wasn't nervous until I got the horse's head.
Who sent you a horse's head?
Well, his daughter. Frank's daughter sent me a horse's head. What happened was she was saying some things that she wasn't too happy about.
She didn't like your portrayal of the project?
No, it wasn't that, because they had offered me to play him in the miniseries, so it wasn't a matter of that. But really, I found out eventually that it was a joke. But what happened one day, I was sitting around the set. I was talking with my wife, who plays Judith Campbell, the Monica Lewinsky of the piece back then.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and this guy comes and delivers and says, Ray Liotta? I said, yeah, right here. And he comes and he gives me this 3-foot horse's head with blood painted coming out of its eye.
A real horse's head?
What happened was I had done an interview. No, not a real one.
Wait, not a real one?
Not a real one. I did an interview for Time magazine, and they said, "Are you afraid of playing Frank Sinatra?" You know, and I said, "No." And they said, "Aren't you afraid you're going to get like a horse's head or anything?" You know, a la The Godfather.
Right.
And sure enough, that day a horse's head came, and it had a note from Tina Sinatra saying, "Oh yeah," and she sent me a horse's head.
But what's it made of? I'm just curious.
It was just a big plastic horse's head that I found out later on.
Cool.
And I thought she was serious about this, sending me the horse's head. Oh, my God, she's really mad. Until a week later, my agent called me saying that she wanted her horse's head back, and she wanted me to sign it. And on the bottom of the horse's head was all these signatures from other people that she had, I guess, a beef with and sent the horse's head to.
I was just thinking to myself, for a minute I thought, like, what's happened to the mob when they're now sending plastic ones and then they want them back?
Yes, you wanted it back. Signed.
It's sort of the PC mob, you know?
You wanted it signed.
We don't put people in cement shoes anymore. No. We use a mulch that's biodegradable, you know? You know, it was fascinating also, you watch this movie, and Sinatra, I think people will know it now because he just recently passed away and could recognize what a huge star he was. But in his day, in the 60s, it's very hard to find a star who was that famous, who conquered that many mediums, right?
Yeah,
he was singing and acting.
He was a #1 recording artist. He was the #1 box office at the same time. The Rat Pack took place between like 58 and 63, where a movie does. He was huge then. They were doing movies. Well, what I found out was, when he first started, when he was a really skinny Sinatra, he was pretty much the Hanson of that time. He was all the Bobby Sox.
Now you're going to get a real horse's head. Yeah.
All right, he was David Cassidy of his time.
Now it's getting worse.
No. He was a huge teen idol.
Yeah.
When he first started at 25, 26 years old, where there were the Bobby Soxers who waited around
Paramount
the corner,
Theater right here in New York.
Right, exactly. Screaming. I mean, it was just. The more I learned about the guy, because I was never a Sinatra fan, it wasn't of my era. So I just really came to respect his talent. He was something.
We have a clip here from the project. What is this scene about?
Well, as you know, Sinatra campaigned very heavily for JFK, and while JFK was inside with, actually, my wife, Judith Campbell, Frank was out there campaigning, making phone calls, trying to raise money.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah,
but, do the math at home.
He did.
And so
now I'm campaigning, and this is what happens.
Okay, let's take a look at this scene from The Rat Pack.
Exactly. It's like, no. I got you down for $10,000. Gene, what do you mean 5? You said $10,000, Gene. Don't give me that Catholic crap, right? Any other candidate, yes, I would agree. But Kennedy is rewriting the rule books, Gene, I'm telling you.
Good morning, George.
Morning, Miss Campbell. Wait, hold on. Morning, Judy.
Morning.
Is he up yet?
Oh, he's up all right.
They won't be showing that at any presidential museum. Can you take a quick break? I want to do a little commercial break, if you can hang around.
Sure.
You more? All right, more with Ray Liotta in just a second, so stick around. You're from this area, aren't you? You're from New Jersey?
I'm from Jersey, yeah.
You spent a lot of time. You spent a lot of time in the city when you were a young actor. You were on a soap opera.
Yes. Yeah, I used to be on a soap.
Don't you think
Another
the city
World.
has changed a lot since you left it? Since
Oh,
you started?
unbelievably so, yeah.
What do you think of the whole crackdown on the peep shows and sex shops in Manhattan?
Well, being that I'm going to be my wife's pregnant, so being that I'm going to be a dad of a little girl, I'm
Right.
kind of glad
Right.
it's happening.
Right.
But on the other hand, when I was on this soap, it's actually one of the first places that I got recognized was in a peep show. I was on my way to go home. No, wait, no, it's not that bad.
Were
though.
you performing?
Yes, I was dancing. No, what happened was...
Come see Ray Liotta dance. Yeah.
What happened was... the Port Authority. I was going to go home to Jersey.
Right.
I had the weekend off, and there's a peep show across the street. And I had some time.
Why are you looking to Andy for acknowledgement?
I'm 21 years old. I'm 21 years old. Just I haven't been in the city much. I never liked it as a kid. So I go in, put my quarter in because I wanted to check out what it was all about. Put the quarter in.
And the little door
Right.
opens. Or so I've read in my classic American literature.
The door opens, and there's two girls there moving around doing their little dancing. And it's U-shaped, so there's, guys like you and Andy. There's like, we're all in a booth. And they're looking into the booth,
Right.
and she's dancing around. She comes to me, and she looks in at me, and, she's twirling around, doing her thing, and she goes off and dances a little more over there, and then she comes back again, and she's looking again. She goes over, talks to her friend, and meanwhile the guy's saying, keep dancing, they got to keep moving. And her friend looks over, and then they come over, and they're both staring, and they said, oh my God, Joey Perini. Now, that was the character on the soap that I played. Screamed it in the middle of the peep show, and that was the first time I got recognized.
Now, what do you...
And then what happened was they started asking me storylines. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen, Joey? Is your mom all right? Are you going to get married to Eileen? They started asking
Now, are they dancing the whole time?
They have to keep moving. The guy's yelling, move, move, move.
And then your time was up, the quarter, and the door comes down.
Right, I had to tell him, so I put the quarter back in and went back there.
We were talking last time on the show, I think actually in the commercial break we were talking, and you were telling me that you love dogs.
Yes.
Passion of yours. You just love dogs. What kind of dogs do you have?
We have 3 Shar-Pei and 2 English Mastiffs.
The Shar-Peis, are they the ones with the
wrinkly,
the sort of worried, wrinkled up faces?
Yes.
Yeah. Are they, how into the dogs are you? I mean, how much do you like these dogs? Because some people are fanatics about it. And I asked because I just got a dog.
Oh, really?
I mentioned it last time on the
What
show.
kind?
I got a dog. I got a golden retriever. It's a puppy right now. But yeah. And but I was curious because you suddenly start to meet other dog people and they take it really seriously. Are you one of those people?
Well, it is serious.
Yeah.
Well, we just got a birthday cake for our dog Sid, who just turned 8.
The dog got an actual cake? Was it
Yeah.
a doggy cake?
No, we ate it. You kidding me? Because we can go down to them. He could have our cake. We're not about to have his bones. So
Did you sense that? So you went to the store and got like a nice $15 cake,
Yeah, like $25, I think is what it was.
That's a nice cake.
But
Yeah.
what happens is, the Shar-Pei, they have a lot of illness, and they really need to be taken care of. But there's a lot of things that go wrong with them, a lot of inbreeding and things like that. So anytime, because we've lost a few Shar-Pei along the way,
Right.
So anytime a birthday comes along, it's a very big thing in our house.
Right. So now, did you get any sense that the dog appreciated that this is real cake? Or do you think if you had given the dog like a squirrel's head, it would have been just as happy?
No, he said that he liked the cake.
Yeah.
He was into the cake.
How did he tell you that?
Have you taken your dog to training yet?
No, my dog's too young.
Oh.
It's
What
an
are you
idiot.
taking to training?
Right now. What?
Talking about feeling like an idiot. I mean, here I am. Everyone thinks I'm Mr. Tough guy in the movies and all that. And when you talk to a dog, basically like a kid, you have to raise your voice a little. So wait till you start saying, "Come here, what a good boy." And your voice starts getting a little strange. Wait for that one.
My voice started out kind of high.
Oh, of course, it's ridiculous.
No,
It's
I was talking about this
embarrassing.
last night. It is our dog. My dog came by the office today to visit. And, you're having a serious conversation, and suddenly he's like, and then you realize, well, this is bad, You ever get that high? I'll give you lessons after the show.
Yes, that was very high. That was very impressive.
Yeah, I use a device. All right. The movie, check this movie out. It's on HBO. The Rat Pack premieres next Saturday, August 22nd. And Ray, it's always a lot of fun when you come by.
Thanks.
Please come back.
Thanks.
Yeah, Ray Liotta, everybody. Richard Kind is coming up. We'll...